Oh. Okay, so let's start. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. This is chapter 6. Text number 30. Okay. What was it that it was discussed last time? Well, what? You're not there last time. Last time when I was giving class. Even then you were. Okay, good. No, last Thursday who gave class? Wait a second. They just continued without, or what did they do last Thursday?
Last Thursday was Janmashtami, Prabhuji.
Sure. Okay, last to last.
No, we didn't continue, Prabhuji, from where you left off.
No, so I'm just continuing where I stopped, no?
Yes, Prabhuji.
That's okay, that's nice. Okay. Anyway, nobody remembers, so we'll have to read it again. I won't blame you too much, it was almost a month ago. A true yogi observes me in all beings and also sees every being in me. Indeed, the self-realized person sees me, the same Supreme Lord, everywhere. Okay, so we discussed how Krishna is everywhere. And we can see Krishna everywhere. And I was just yesterday also, I was seeing Krishna almost everywhere. Amazing. It's like, I was passing by L&T in Hawaii. And then I was thinking, not about it, I was thinking, how Krishna is everywhere. But what was the reason for thinking like this? Was that there were some people growing from the middle of the road, practically from the that stone division between the roads. And it's like some kind of a block, Patlawala kind of. And there was a people coming up, amazing, out of the road. But that's not so amazing. The amazing is that it's not nice because people, what is people? People is Ashvat. People is Vishnu. And just there in the middle, just imagine Tulsi on the middle of the road. It's not nice. No? And then I saw it in so many other places. Then I saw people everywhere. It's just there's so much. It's just growing. As we had in there and the house, people growing everywhere. What you do, you can't. If you do something, it said, if you cut people, break the people, it's like you murdered crores of brahmanas. It's heavy sin, heavy power. It's not a joke. Because it's Vishnu, that's the whole point. Because like I said, like a Tulsi plant, you can't play with a Tulsi plant. You have to be very reverential, very, very conscious. But people is growing. And then I saw people, it's growing here in our temple. They're just coming out from the marble. Anyway, that's not good. It's like, and then it's will get some reaction. It's like, but we had, I mean, it's not a problem because we can leave it, let it grow. But it can grow. So you can see Krishna everywhere. You just have to learn how to see Krishna. If you don't see it within each and every atom, then you can see it as the light of the sun, light of the moon, taste of the water, Rasaham Apsukontra Prabhashmishashi Surya Pranavasava Vedashu Shabdake Paurusham Vishu. Ability in the man, any ability, anyone has any kind of qualities, abilities, we can see that is Krishna. It's all Krishna. So that's what Krishna is teaching us in Gita, how to see him. Of course, that's what I said. People also said, I'm the Ashwat tree. There's one story in Padma Purana. I just found there was one Brahmin and he was, for yagyas, he was collecting and burning wood. No? And then it was rainy season like now, and he couldn't go to forest to collect, so then he had people tree in his courtyard. And then what he did, he cut the people tree and he started bleeding. And Vishnu appeared from people. Then he was like, oh, what did I do? So he was mortified. Like, and he was praying, and Vishnu said, anyway, since you're sincere, I forgive you. But anyway, so it's a whole story like this. So we have to be very careful. Do you have any people growing in your building? Shiva? No? No? Anyway, something's growing there? No. So you have to be careful. So many people are around, so many. So that's how we can see Krishna. This is what yogi, that's what the essence of yoga is. It's not for just health or this and that. That's the to see Krishna. That's what Krishna is pointing out. That's the yoga practice. He achieves devotion. Yeah. Yogi observes me in all beings. He sees me in all beings. Anyway, so that's what we discussed last time. So let's see today what's going on. Okay, this is one of the more known verses. One second, let's have a little intermission. 1, 2, 3, exactly. Tell Shiva, give them 1, 2, 3. These newcomers. Give them some mercy. So everyone can focus more. Yo mam pashyati sarvatra sarvam chamai pashyati tasyaham na pranashyami sa chame na pranashyati. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Says, for one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I'm never lost, nor is he ever lost to me. Nice, no? See what Krishna is saying. See Krishna everywhere. And we see Krishna in everything. And I'm never lost. Because Krishna is everywhere. And then that person also is never is he lost to me. Because he is Krishna conscious. How can he be lost? So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, a person in Krishna consciousness certainly sees Lord Krishna everywhere, and he sees everything in Krishna. Such a person may appear to see all separate manifestations of the material nature, but in each and every instance he is constant, he is conscious of Krishna. Knowing that everything is a manifestation of Krishna's energy. Nothing can exist without Krishna, and Krishna is the Lord of everything. This is the basic, this is the basic principle of Krishna consciousness. Okay. Krishna consciousness is the development of love of Krishna. A position transcendental even to material liberation. At this stage of Krishna consciousness, beyond self-realization, the devotee becomes one with Krishna in the sense that Krishna becomes everything for the devotee and devotee becomes full in loving Krishna. There's one word which is used in Ishopanishad, ekatva. That's what it means, one with Krishna, one with purpose, one with service, one with same desire. this stage of Krishna consciousness, beyond self-realization, the devotee becomes one with Krishna in the sense that Krishna becomes everything for the devotee becomes full in love in Krishna. That means beyond self-realization, that means that you already realize that you are Atma, you're not a body, you're spirit soul, you're a servant of Krishna. So now what happens within that service, in your relationship to Krishna, and this is what it follows. Then you realize, it's like, okay, I don't know, maybe some kind of funny, mundane example. Not so accurate, but that's the first one came to my mind. It's like husband and wife. They have, or should have, let's put it this way, they should have one interest, no? They should have same interests, same kind of similar, at least as much as possible, desires, activities, as much as possible. That's the sameness in relationship. As soon as that's completely different, that's a big chaos. No, it doesn't work. So when you realize your position, okay, I'm the husband, or I'm the wife, or I'm this and that, in this particular relationship, then you have oneness in some essence, in some interests, in some desires. That's the oneness that is here. So you realize your position, and then within that position you have a certain relationship. So that's what it is. So the devotee becomes full in loving Krishna, and then you work together. You achieve things together. You just expanding the relationship. An intimate relationship between the Lord and the devotee then exists. In that stage, the living entity can never be annihilated, nor is the personality of Godhead ever out of sight of the devotee. It's never out of sight. Because Krishna always, like we say here, Krishna always sees the devotee always sees Krishna. Now, Krishna is never lost for devotee is never lost for Krishna. Nor is the personality of Godhead ever out of sight of the devotee. To merge in Krishna is spiritual annihilation. The devotee takes no such risk. It is stated in the Brahma Samhita. Vimanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santha Sadaiva Nirayeshu Vilokayanti Yamshama Sundaram Chintya Guna Swarupam Govindamadi Purusham Taham Rajami. I worship the primeval Lord Govinda, who is always seen by the devotees, devotee whose eyes are anointed with the pulp of love. He is seen in his eternal form of Shama Sundara, situated within the heart of the devotee. At this stage, Lord Krishna never disappears from the sight of the devotee, nor does the devotee ever lose sight of the Lord. In the case of yogi who sees the Lord as Paramatma within the heart, the same applies. Such a yogi turns into pure devotee and cannot bear to live for a moment without seeing the Lord within himself. Jnana-timiram dasya yanjana shalakaya chakshurumritam yena tasmai shri gurave namaha. Namo Vishnu Paraya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Devi Shesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. So this was the last point here. So Prabhupada says, his Paramatma within the heart, that yogi never loses the sight of Krishna, neither Krishna loses the sight of the devotee. Yogi also sees the Paramatma, and devotee cannot bear to live without a moment, even in a moment without seeing Krishna. That's what it says, that once you see Krishna, and you become mad. Goswami said, don't go to the Keshigat. Don't go to Keshigat, because if you do, you will see a most enchanting, beautiful boy, bluish boy playing on his flute. And if you hear his flute and you see that boy, you'll completely forget about your society, family members, friends. material activities, everything, completely you will forget. So don't go to Keshagat. If you don't wanna forget about all of these other things, then don't go to Keshagat. Because once you see Krishna, what is there that can compare? What is there that can compare? And this is why we don't. And I've seen this. I've seen this. Whatever I've been practicing so far and interacting. I mean, I also had sometimes. I also not so sometimes, pretty much. I mean, mind is always rascal like this. You know, you're looking. Let's say sometimes even darshan. You're taking darshan. Just the other day when I was doing puja, was that Monday? Wow, what a mukut, Krishna had and Radharani, Monday, if you remember. If you don't remember, see it Monday darshan. Radharani had like this round one, like crescent moon kind of. Wow, very beautiful. And then you're looking, and then the mind says, "Oh, okay, now you see. Now look at something else." Okay. That's like it doesn't allow you to associate with Krishna. Yeah. Or okay, you've taken darshan. Okay, go and do something else now. So it doesn't allow you. Such a conditioned, crazy mind. Or where it's prasadam or something. No, you have to eat it fast or something. Just double it all, full belly. And no, there's no time. You sit down. You try to relish. That's also Krishna. That's Krishna consciousness. You don't have to do anything else. That is Krishna consciousness. Or chanting. Wow, okay, chanting. Patafat. That's something else. Immediately think about something else. No, there is no need for anything else. This is Krishna consciousness. So that's why I noticed. That's why I said that I have experience of so many people who were so enthusiastic in Krishna consciousness, and then because they were so enthusiastic in Krishna consciousness, then they started worrying. Oh no! Now what will happen to all the other things? And they stopped their enthusiasm in Krishna consciousness. They really choke it. That's a strong word. They choke it. They kind of, like you have a fire going on, very nicely burning, and you have to put some ashes or something, just completely extinguish it, choke it kind of. So then people get afraid. Like there was somebody a year ago or something said, "Wow, I'm so much advancing in Krishna consciousness. And what will happen?" Of course, one other thing was that he was not at all advancing in Krishna consciousness. That was just complete nonsense. But that worry came that he was thinking, "Oh, I'm so advanced now in Krishna consciousness." I was laughing. I was like, "Okay, it wasn't the case at all." But there were some other cases where really, Krishna was giving, it was incredible. Krishna was giving so mercy. Practically they would come every morning for a program. So much taste. Krishna can give so much taste. And then, what will happen? What will happen then, because then you realize how strong and how many material desires you have. That's when you start realizing. And then, I'm so attached to those material desires, which are so unfavorable to us, so detrimental to us. And then we think, if I'm, so excited with Krishna, then what will happen to my attachments? And Krishna's consciousness is so much greater and so much better than all of these nonsense attachments. Nonsense attachments. One boy, he was so much contemplating, he wanted to be MBA. And from childhood, MBA, or whatever. And then he went abroad for this MBA, and then because of that, and he was like really so happy in Krishna consciousness. And then because of this MBA, later he got married and some job and this and that, and then his Krishna conscious practice is disaster. It's disaster. So he got material, he got fulfillment of his material desire, which was just an impression. but just an impression that he developed, for whatever reason, under whatever circumstances. And that is the problem. We're just chasing those impressions. We don't even understand. That has nothing to do with us. And we're chasing those shadows, thinking, this will make me happy. And it never makes you happy. See, that is what Maya is. And then you leave the substance chasing the illusion. Yeah. I know another boy. I mean, there's so many, it's like it just keeps on, so enthusiastic, so much coming. And then, then he also went abroad. Everybody's going abroad pretty much. That's the biggest attraction and challenge. And then also struggling with Krishna consciousness. So much hammering had to be done, and at least that he sometimes visits the temple, chants maybe something or whatever. But Krishna was giving so much taste. Krishna is ready to give us taste, but we are so foolish. We don't want to take to it. We make some other things to be our priorities in life. Or we make those illusions and so many plans and so many other desires, which is not a katva, which is not oneness, like it said here with Krishna's desire. It's not oneness with what Krishna wants. And therefore, if you can at least, on the basis of intelligence, understand that this desire that I have has nothing to do with whatever Krishna desires, then you can understand that that's mine. That's mine. That's a big problem. And that's going to be a big problem. Because it has nothing to do with Krishna. So that's why yogi, somebody who gets the taste, he cannot bear separation. Cannot not seeing Krishna every moment. How it's possible? How it's possible? That's why it said, there is a place in Vrindavan, it's called Nidhivan. And many monkeys there, where Krishna performs his very intimate pastimes. What means Nidhi? In Hindi, Nidhi? What means? In Hindi, what it means? Mount. Oh, nobody knows. Father, you is from South India. What do you want? Sure. That would be amazing if you know. Okay, you know? Are you know correctly or are you speculating? Nidhi, what means Nidhi? Nidhi, come on. I mean, look at these people on internet. No. Really, nobody knows. Nidhi. Nidhivan? No?
Nidhi, it is a place in Vrindavan.
Yeah, but that's what I said. I'm asking, what's the meaning?
Fun.
Huh?
Fun.
Fun. Nidhi
Yes.
means fun.
Well.
Huh?
Well.
Wealth. Well, what is it now? Is it fun or it's wealth? Those are two different. Huh? Funny wealth.
No, he's saying funds. F-U-N-D, money, fund.
Fund.
So the wealth, the
Treasure, value. Oh, okay.
Or,
Huh?
or,
What?
or, what? Or.
आपको पहले ही बताओ
HOARD.
to collect practice.
To collect. So Nidhivan means what? Van means forest. So forest where?
Prosperous wealth, prosperous
Prosperous.
garden,
Oh, that's for you.
treasure.
Treasure. Okay. Something. Forest. Okay. Treasure. Prosperity, wealth, something. Okay. Well, that's the highest one, spiritual. So it is said there that sometimes people, they want to challenge. They want to challenge Krishna, or they want to challenge instructions, or some yam and niyam, right? That means do's and don'ts. And what is don't? Don't is don't stay there overnight. That's a rule. Don't stay there overnight, because Krishna is performing intimate pastimes. It's not your business to be there, no? So many people say, no, I will stay. And then what we hear, that some of them stayed, and then Pagal hoye, dusra din sure go. They go mad. They go mad. I mean, of course, if you see Krishna, you'll go mad. Maybe they're seeing Krishna. Who knows what happened? And maybe Mahamaya took charge over and influenced them somehow. Who knows? They can't speak. They can't explain. They're gone. Their life is finished. Yeah, so it's not a good idea to challenge something that we jump over or we are not qualified, and then we force ourselves upon someone or something. That's not going to work in spiritual life. You have to learn how to follow the process. Or some of them were not that fortunate, or maybe I don't know how I say who is more or less fortunate. Then they get bitten by the monkeys. One way or the other. So once you see Krishna, you go mad. Sometimes people say, "Oh, Ham Krishna Dekha." I said, if you have seen Krishna, you wouldn't go to your office next morning. What nonsense you're talking about? Why are you going to your office next day morning? Yeah. If you've seen Krishna, you go completely mad. You won't be able to function properly under quote materially. No way. You think like I was also sometimes I was struggling also to study sometimes. I started practicing Krishna consciousness. I mean, who's going to read all the nonsense? I was just put some Srivan Bhagavatam. When you get some higher taste, you see Krishna or something, you just can't compare this to anything else. Just like we often hear, yes, Dhruva Maharaj, right? Vitarto Niyache, what is that? He's praying in Charitamrita, this verse, he says that, I've been praying for the broken glass. My dear, what is broken glass? He was praying for what? For kingdom greater than his grandfather. Who is his grandfather? It's Brahma. And he says, this is the broken glass. I'm praying for the broken glass. Whereas I received such an amazing jewel, that means you, Krishna. Krishna is a jewel. So when you receive Krishna, I mean, what is this whole universe? I mean, not the universe, all the universes put together. What is this in comparison to Krishna? It's nothing. Nothing. And they're so foolish. We don't even get universe. We don't get even a planet. We don't get even a portion of any of these. And then we are still, we are anchoring and hoping, yes, maybe if I get this in life and I get that in life, this will make me happy. I get some pigeonhole in some building and yes, this is my home. I call this home, and that's the perfection of existence. Of course, here in Mumbai, you have to pay so much to get something like it. And all Vastu is completely ulta, it's just common nonsense and so much suffering there. Anyway, how unfortunate we are. How petty goals do we have? How ignorant we are. And how foolish, because we are not happy and nothing makes us happy, but still, we hanker for more or hope for something else. So, so brainless. Where is our consciousness? So unfortunate. But when we do practice Krishna consciousness, Krishna is giving so much taste. I know everybody who starts practicing Krishna consciousness, they get certain amount of taste. That it's like, sometimes even senior devotees, they wonder, well, what happened to this fellow? Such an enthusiasm, such a taste. Krishna gives some additional credit. Yeah. Of course, later on you have to earn it. Or it's just so enthusing, to start where you left from your last life. It's just, wow, you're so happy. Wow. And it's like, start chanting and then chanting this like so much taste. But then Maya and our crazy mind then slowly starts distracting us and say, no, don't worry about Krishna. Krishna is here, it's okay. And what about that? What about this? So many material desires. So that's what real yogi cannot tolerate. Who is the real yogi? At least you have to come to Madhyam platform, steady platform. And then from that, ruchi will start, taste. Once you get a taste, that's it. Then the progress to Bhava, it's very fast. Asakti Bhava, that's it. It's very fast. But before that, Anartha Nivriti level, Kanishta level, so much opportunity for us to become distracted. And still think, oh, I had that desire. I had that desire. And I never fulfilled it really, and maybe I should do it. So foolish, so foolish. I was thinking about one desire that I had. Something in relationship to music. Some desire. I said, how stupid it is. And we see people who get involved in such kind of fulfillments that they very drastically affect their Krishna consciousness. Not just, but anything can be like this. Anything can be like this. Or somebody may have fulfilled some desires and still looks for the same. Somebody may start thinking, oh, I still have to get, involved in certain relationship maybe. Or, oh, I still have to gain this. And maybe, oh, maybe I was, maybe I should get some recognition in terms of some type of education, receive some further degree or this and that or whatever, I don't know. There's no end. That's the point. That's the point we have to realize. There's no end. There's no end to these desires. There's no end to being distracted from Krishna. Now, this is the point. Human form of life means you get the Krishna and go for Krishna. Don't allow yourself to be such an idiot to get distracted with anything. That's why you got that human point of life. That means you already done everything in so many previous lifetimes to come to this point. Now again, you're going to go back. You're going to miss it again. How foolish. For what? And you're going to be tasting, chewing the chew, realize that there's no juice within it, and waste your life, and have to take another birth. So foolish to miss Krishna. So foolish to miss the essence. That's what I said. That's why I said when you look at Krishna, it's so beautiful, and then mind distracts us. And you have the essence. You have everything. You can just, if you just focus, you can start relishing. But no, your mind doesn't allow you to focus. And it starts jumping. No, that will make you happy. That's a you just kick it off. Kick it off. You have the essence. You don't have to look for anything else. But your mind is distracting. What about this? What about that? What about that desire? But who cares? What the hell? Who cares? That's the attitude we have to. That's when you kick your mind in the teeth. Who cares? You already have the essence. It's incredible mercy. Manushanam sahasreshu kashya yatati siddha yatatam api siddhanam kashyamam veditata. Whatever. After billions of trillions of lifetimes, we got Krishna. Krishna is here. Everything is present, but no, now we have to drop back and do some rubbish. Stupid. Really stupid if we allow this to happen. You have the essence now. Why you have to know whose recognition? Whom else you have to impress in this world? What else you have to do? Now it's time for you. You're just about to step out of all this nasty mess called material world. No, I have to get back into it. I have to get back. Like you're getting out of the sewer. No, I have to go back into it. I forgot something, or I still, there is something still nice, that I can hold upon and go back into dirty, nasty watery material existence, material ocean. It's a nasty ocean. That's what it is. There are oceans of pus and blood and stool and urine in the hellish regions for certain punishments. But the whole material world is like this. And then we want to go back. You're just about to get liberated. No, I forgot something. I have to stay back. Okay, and you stay back. Stupid, For what? For what? For what? So that's why yogi who is on the Nishtha level, he can't tolerate this. He can't tolerate. He can't tolerate being without Krishna because he sees everything else. What is there? Why should I go back? Why should I look for anything else? He has the faith. He has the understanding. Why should he go back? He can live without Krishna and becomes mad without Krishna. Gopis, just see the gopis. They can't. They were lying in front of chariot in between the wheels. They were pulling horses. When Krishna was living, they realized Krishna is going. How will we live? What's the use of living? They went mad. What is our state? Are we going mad when we are without Krishna? No. And then you can just understand what our petty condition, unfortunate that is. It means we still don't have Krishna. So that's the condition of a great devotee. Like Narad Muni he became perfected pretty much. At least he was on Madhyam level, higher Madhyam level, and Krishna appeared to him personally. And he was so happy. He was like, wow, I mean, we can't imagine that. And then he appeared. Why? Why Krishna appeared? He just appeared to tell him that in this life you won't see me anymore. That's it. That's it. That's all Krishna told him. And that's the only reason Krishna appeared. He said, in this life you won't see me anymore. And he disappeared. And Narad Muni was like this, like yogi, meditating Krishna as Paramatma. And then he was just a small boy. What's your age? 14. That's too much. Anyway, he was 5. He was 5, only 5. Or something like this. Anyway. And then he got angry. He got angry. How could Krishna, of course, that's a somewhat natural response. Krishna, I want to see Krishna. And then he tried. Again, he practiced the process. But you can't, like, force, you cannot bring Krishna by force. That doesn't work. It's not that this is karma mimamsa process. You do something and then the universe has to respond. Krishna is not like that. Krishna doesn't have to respond to anything or anyone. He's beyond any laws and force and dharmas and whatever it may be. He said, "You're not going to see me. You're not going to see me." And Muni couldn't do anything. But then he had a realization. And then what do you think? Then he stopped practicing the process and said to, "What a process, useless, this and that." And then, better I go back to whatever I've been doing before. You think he did that? No, he remained, steady and fixed and focused, and then he continued. And that's how again he regained the position of Narad Muni. Yeah. But as soon as there is little, I don't get, something that I expect from, I hide some maha beneath the table during the service day before yesterday, and somebody else came and took it. Next time I'm not going to serve. I'm not going to even come for a program or something. He didn't do like that. He didn't start fighting and shouting. No, this is for the volunteers or something. You were there? Why are you laughing then? I thought I'm exposing you, but anyway, I know who else was there. Somebody. He didn't stop his devotional process. He didn't stop, chanting. He didn't stop coming to temple and doing seva and so forth. No, he continued. He realized, okay, that's Madhyam platform. See, that's the difference. That's what Madhyam would do. Kanishta would say, I'm not getting what I want, forget it. I'm not going to practice. Big difference in consciousness and level of practice. That's why one is Kanishta, and by another one it's Madhyam, or steady, fixed. So that's what we have to attain, and that's how you see Krishna everywhere. Even if you don't see, you still see. You still see. How do you see? That's what we discussed last time. You see through Krishna's energies, you see Krishna through Krishna's representatives, you see Krishna. That's why, how do we know Krishna? We know Krishna through devotees. We hear Krishna through devotees. If you don't hear it directly from within the heart, no. That we can see Krishna if you want it. And Krishna will manifest. Just like two gopis, Gopis thought Krishna is gone from Vrindavan, but Krishna was always in Vrindavan. Was always in their heart. And very often he would say, Oh, don't you see? Don't you remember when he met them in Kurukshetra? You remember one night there was a storm and the boatman took you across the river and you were talking about this and that and this. You remember that? And Gopi said, yeah, we remember. How do you know? Krishna said, I was that boatman. Remember another time they said, oh yeah. Well, how was it? Oh, well, I was there. Krishna's always there. But do we have that consciousness to see Krishna? No, why? Because we don't want to see Krishna. Very simple. Krishna is always there, but we don't want to see Krishna. Then how will you be Krishna conscious? If you have desire to see Krishna, what is the problem with Krishna? He is everywhere. That's the vision of a devotee. But because we are so, as I said, distracted, no, I had this desire, no, I have to do it. It's amazing. It's just an incredibly amazing, feature of our existence that we impress something and then we just have to do it and have to have it. I remember something very unfortunate. There was one boy, I heard about it in my country, and he decided, I'm going to join the temple. And he told everybody, I'm going to join the temple. And then he had a girlfriend, and then she told him, she saw there's nothing can be done. And he's really gone mad after Krishna and doing Sankirtan and this and that. I said, okay, fine. So then she convinced him, okay, last time, let's have a relationship. Then you go last time. And so, okay, last time, and then he went to temple, become brahmachari. And then you see after some weeks, there is a letter. At the time it was still letter, there were no emails, and she said, I'm pregnant. See? And he had to leave the temple. So stupid, last time. There's no last time. Krishna is there, forget about last anything. Forget about last anything. Any last desire, any last fulfillment of somebody else's maya, this and that. There's nothing. No, Krishna is there, forget about everything else. Otherwise you'll get trapped and you'll suffer. For any last this and last that, I have this desire. But who cares? Apuryamana achala pratishtha. Yogi or devotee should be, let so many desires come and go, who cares? And you see later on, it just doesn't matter. It just really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. When I think of some desires, when I go, but I was so many stupid desires, What difference would it make if I would have tried chasing all of those desires or tried to fulfill those desires or something? Just make my life so much more miserable. And definitely I wouldn't be Krishna conscious. Definitely, none of it. So what does it matter? Who cares about those desires? Let them come, let them go. So we have to learn how to see Krishna. That's the point. See Krishna and grab Krishna now. Never let him go. Never let him go. You let Krishna go, oh, so unfortunate. So unfortunate. It's really unfortunate because who knows when again you'll get a chance. Yeah, who knows when again you'll get a chance. So that's why we have to become serious. Anyway, the whole purport here is pointing to seeing Krishna. I mean, there are quite a number of points. It's just this essence that one has to develop that love. And then when one develops the love, then you'll see Krishna everywhere. Just like it said, even mother, she sees some object that belongs to her child or something, she'll always remember. Always it will be in front of her sight. Premanjana Chorita Bhakti Vilochana. And then it's when you have that mood, then that's what Prabhupada says. At this stage, Krishna never disappears from the sight of the devotee. That's what the verse is about. You have that mood, you have that bhakti. Why would Krishna leave? He is attracted by bhakti. He can't run away from bhakti. He may try, but it won't work. That's what Krishna becomes conquered by the devotee's love. He will never disappear. So then how can that devotee also disappear from his heart? That's the power of bhakti. I mean, what power do we want to talk about? Who is Krishna? She's the source of everything. Aham sarvasya prabhu mata saram prabhu. Timatva bhajanti mam bhuta bhavasam. And you have such a power that you can pull the source of everything that never, leaves your sight. That's the power of bhakti. Bhakti can do that. You may think power it's you pull the truck or something. I don't know, maybe that's some power. Or you pull the planet, you pull the universe, what about pulling Krishna, who is the source of all the universe? That's the power of bhakti. That's incredible. That's the power of love, surrender, sacrifice. And Krishna never leaves. That's what it says. Krishna never disappears from the side of the Lord. And you keep on expanding and expanding and expanding that exchange that you have with Krishna. That's what it means spiritual process. It's ever expanding relationship. And what do we have here? Ever suffering, increasing, ever increasing suffering, ever increasing madness of material desires, hunting and pushing and pulling and disturbing. So when are we going to learn? When are we going to realize something? How futile and troublesome it is to chase after material desires. So that's why we have to qualify for that Krishna never disappears. He's already there. So we should take advantage. Anyway, there are a few more points. Let me see. And we'll just, what's the time? Almost 5 minutes. Let me just see. And let's quickly go. Person in Krishna consciousness certainly sees Krishna everywhere and sees everything in Krishna. So he sees nothing but Krishna, like Uttam Adhikari, right? For him, everybody is already Krishna conscious. He doesn't see anything but Krishna. Such a person may appear to see all separate manifestations of material nature, but in each and every instance, he is conscious of Krishna. You may say like Shukadev Goswami, he is a Brahman realized, no? He sees Brahman everywhere. But then when he runs to the forest, if he sees Brahman everywhere, how come he doesn't bump in a tree? What's the answer to that? Follow. Now you have a chance to respond. He sees Brahman everywhere. Everything is Brahman. But then why he doesn't bump into the tree? Follow. Now what are you going to say? Now give that back, what I gave you in the beginning. Well, give it back. Where is it? Give it back. Anyway, think about it. Later we'll discuss. Because he distinguishes. He still distinguishes. This is Tree Brahman, and these were these girls who were bathing. They were also Brahman. It's a little bit particular understanding of a Brahman. Its features, different features of the Brahman. So the devotee even more, who is Krishna conscious, he sees separate manifestation of material nature, but in connection to Krishna. They don't see anything separate from Krishna. It's in connection to Krishna. Knowing that everything is manifestation of his energies, nothing can exist without Krishna, and Krishna is the Lord of everything. This is the basic principle of Krishna consciousness. So everything in connection to Krishna. That's Krishna consciousness. So Krishna consciousness is the development of love of Krishna, a position transcendental even to material liberation. Anyway, so sometimes we suffer so much, we just want to get out of that suffering and pain and everything. So many problems. We think that is liberation. That's not liberation. Freedom from suffering. Real liberation is loving Krishna. But it's not just cessation of suffering, but it's something more substantial. That ananda that comes in relationship with loving Krishna. So at that stage of Krishna consciousness, beyond self-realization, the devotee becomes one with Krishna in the sense that Krishna becomes everything for the devotee, and the devotee becomes full in loving Krishna. An intimate relationship between the Lord and the devotee then exists. In that stage, the living entity can never be annihilated, nor is personality of God ever out of sight of the devotee. Okay, any questions or comments on this? No. Leave that back first. Yes.
What does bhav mean?
What does bhav mean? Or what does bhav mean? Or what does bhav mean? Well, what do you think? It has some different meaning, but then when you get realization of it, then you will have its full meaning. Some bhava you have now already. Some bhava. Some bhava. Wow. Yes.
Prabhuji, you said that our condition should be so that we should get almost like mad without Krishna.
With Krishna. Mad with Krishna.
No,
For
no.
Krishna. Aha.
If
But we are already mad. Material conditioning means madness. But what do you want? You can have a choice, material madness or Krishna conscious madness.
So if Krishna conscious madness, then we can all like stay in gazing on, right?
Yeah,
Krishna
you
conscious
can, yeah,
madness.
of course. No problem.
I know what it is.
They're not Krishna conscious. We can't say nobody. You can't say nobody. That you can't claim. Yes.
Prabhuji, can we call somebody self-realized who identifies like this is Maya, this is exhibition, and not real? I mean, they stop engaging in the material activities.
There are different levels of self-realization.
Yes.
Yeah, there are different levels of
Maya
self-realization.
will also start identifying this as Maya. Like,
Yeah, this is Maya, this is, that can be one level of self-realization, yes, that distinguish matter, spirit, and controller of both, that's knowledge.
because we see that it's binary.
But it's
Maya.
it's a greater realization or self-realization when you see everything in connection to Krishna. You see even Maya connected to Krishna, and then therefore it's Yoga Maya. That's better stage of realization. Okay.
You think it's either Maya or it's Krishna. Like
No,
they
it's
see-
not. No, you see Maya in connection to Krishna. It's not just Maya or Krishna, but you can see Maya in connection to Krishna. That's better. That's actually more correct. Okay, think about it. Okay, we'll stop here. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai.